Hanging out at the house today. It's not rainy, but it's kind of gloomy outside, so I've just been in my room, or in the office, and I've had a lot of stuff on my mind, and I figured I'd just get it out. I don't want this to be a vlog where it's just me yapping at you in the camera. I want it to be fun, I want it to be entertaining, but I feel like I need to do a better job of letting our viewers, whoever, maybe you know me, maybe you don't, but I want them to know and understand who I am and why I started LITD and what my vision is. As humans, I think we all share a common goal. That goal being to make the world a better place. And it's just my personal perspective that the world will be a better place when we have equality on all fronts. Gender equality, racial equality. I want all humans to feel human, you know? And that's how I feel like the world will be a better place. If you think the world will be a better place if there were no hungry people, go feed some homeless. If you think the world would be a better place if there was more music, go play some music, you know? Everyone has their own fight, but we all share that common goal of trying to make the world a better place. Before the internet, we had no idea what it was like to be someone on the other side of the world, you know? We almost had no contact with them, especially no like person-to-person contact. So it was very easy for us to just look at them and view them as different, you know, and treat them as different. But now, with the internet and with cell phones, it's much easier for us to view everyone for who they are. They're humans. They're humans. They're humans just like us. So when I was 16, my dad passed away from brain cancer, and he got diagnosed when I was 14, and over those 2 years I was kind of with him every step of the way, and I just learned a lot from that whole experience, and you know, it was just inspiring. I think the biggest thing that I took away was that even though he knew he was gonna die and that it was gonna be impossible for him to beat it, he still tried as hard as he could to beat it, because if he didn't try as hard as he could, then he would never know if it was possible to beat it. And what I want to do is I want to change the world, and I'm trying to take that same approach with changing the world, that yeah, it might be impossible, but if I don't try as hard as I can, then I'll never know if it was possible. Pretty much why I'm so optimistic about how the LITD movement is going to change the world is because we're right here in the Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, you know? If there's ever going to be something that changes the world, it's going to be the kids that are growing up right here, right now. I'm not delusional. I don't think that me, one man, can really change the world, but my perspective is that we're all changing the world every day. Like, what you did today has an impact on tomorrow, and all actions are connected. So one positive act, one selfless act that you do for someone else gets passed on and passed on and passed on. And so that's why I started a LITD blog, LITDblog.com, because we all need inspiration. We all need to share our stories about how we're making the world a better place. What you're doing today is making the world a better place. You are having an impact. Share that. Whether that's you're holding the door open for someone, or you made your mom breakfast, or you made someone smile, or you made some music, or you showed someone some music that they've never heard. All those things are connected, and they all have a positive impact on the world. And by sharing that on our blog, then other people can gain inspiration, and we can motivate each other. And that could be our movement, you know? We can do something selfless and pass it on, you know? Encourage that person that you helped out to help out the next person. And then one selfless act will lead to another, and we'll be able to look back and see the impact that we really had. Showing that type of stuff has become taboo. Like posting about how you gave a homeless man $1, or posting about how you fed them some pizza, is now like, oh, you are just doing that for Instagram. When really, this is how I feel about it. I feel that we need to inspire one another. We need to post that so we can say, oh, he just did that, I should go do something nice too. And that shit could be a fucking snowball, you know? It's not taboo to post about the festival. It's not taboo to post your food, but it's weird to post how you're giving back, how you're making the world a better place. That's wrong. That should be the norm. We need to make selflessness trending. We need to make selflessness cool. We need to make doing a favor for someone, asking for nothing in return, let's make that cool, you know? Empathy starts with the realization that that other person that you hate, that could have been you. You know, we're all just a product of our environment. None of us chose our parents. None of us chose where we were born. None of us chose what we look like. You know what I mean? That was never up to us, but those all have an effect on the person that we become. It could have been me. It could have been you, you know? We didn't have control over our environment, but our environment definitely plays a role in who we become. I just feel like it's important for us to continue to fight and fight and fight, because new technologies come out and that moves the process forward further and further, you know? Someone who had these same ideas that I did, or someone, you know, that was having this fight pre-internet, doesn't have the same capabilities that we have. Our generation has far more capabilities to make our voice heard and to assert our humanity. So let's keep on fucking going, because the world is not perfect yet, not even close. I want our generation to set ourselves apart from the rest of history. I want us to be able to say that we took that next step in humanity, and that next step was no longer dividing based on race and religion, and pretty much just accepting everyone as human and allowing everyone to practice what they want to practice, or be whoever they want to be. We can be the ones to set the example for the next generation on what acceptance really looks like. I want to figure out a way to right the wrongs of our country's past, and to distinguish our generation from the past generations. And again, I really do not want this to be a preacher man trying to tell you what to do at all. I just want to share my perspective and what I'm passionate about and what I'm working towards, and that's simply just to make the world a better place. And personally, I just want to change the way we view each other, and get rid of these social constructs and get out of these social boxes that have been put on us, and just establish ourselves as human. We need to end the thought process of, yeah, America was really racist back then. Because even if you're not racist, you know, there's still hundreds of years of bad publicity, hundreds of years of branding that's been associated with people with dark skin, and that's been associated with people with light skin. Two different brands, of course, they've been branded in different ways, but those brands have been set in place so that our ideology, when we see those people, it's a subconscious thing, you know, that we still have to work on, and that we have to get rid of. We have to get rid of these myths that black bodies are dangerous and that white skin is pure, you know. That thing has been set up. That's a social construct. You might be thinking, who the fuck is this guy? You know, who are you? Why are you making this video? Honestly, I just care. Like, I just really care that our country's history is filled with racism, that it was built on white supremacy, you know? That upsets me. Even though I'm white, even though I benefit from it, you know, that upsets me. Is there no one else out there that upsets? It bugs me. I think about it every day. So if there are any other white people out there that think about it every day, they can come out and make their stance too, but it's wrong and we need to end it. It's really not my place to talk about how minorities feel, and I know that I could never understand what it would be like to have my rights denied because of the color of my skin. But I'll say this, I'm willing to try, and I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to put myself out there for those people to school me and to educate me so I can understand better. If there's something that you feel like I don't understand, please school me, but I want to understand, you know? There are no longer laws, written laws, that see color, that are written in color, and that there are no laws that separate us by race. But the next step is in the heart, because we're not that far removed from the days of segregation. We're not that far removed from the days where people with dark skin were denied their rights. We're still being written about in the history books, you know? What are they gonna say, you know? Step by generation, it gets better and better, but like, we can be that generation to make huge strides because we're so aware of it. The past is the past. Let's be better than the past. Let's be LITD. Just show love, bitch.